Welcome to this month's client roundtable. And today's topic, we're going to talk about um, how to communicate value to your clients. Because one of the things that um, happens in business is that we, as the business owner, have to be able to communicate value to our clients so that they can see how you can help them. So that's what we'll be discussing today. Hi, my name is Michelle Mitchell. I am the CEO and founder here of Mitchell Consulting, where we help you bridge the gap between your passion and your profit. And I've been in business for 13 years, helping small business owners on the back end of their business, seeing their financials. So we have a unique position where we have actually looked at the back end of hundreds of businesses to see how they function financially. And because of that, we have learned a lot about the pitfalls in businesses, in different types of businesses, where you actually have leaks in your profit because of certain things you haven't done. So there are certain things that um, you haven't done as a business owner that are foundational, that causes you to have a leaky bucket, as I call it, which is leaking out profits because of the operations of your business. So today, we're going to talk about the value that you bring to your client and how to communicate that to them in the sales call, because that's one of the ways you're leaving money on the table, because your potential client doesn't understand how you can close the gap between where they are and where they want to be in their business with your product or service. So we're going to start there. I want to introduce to you my team. Evan Asher, who is our accounting supervisor, Lauren is our business advisor, and Eric is our QBO bookkeeper and expert with QuickBooks. So they are in attendance with us today, and they help you, small business owners, with your accounting and your bookkeeping practices. So today's topic, your value proposition. When you talk about value proposition, you need to identify for your business what your unique value proposition is and how it can serve your clients better. So one of the parts of relaying value is that, one, you either need to be saving people time, helping them to increase money coming into their business, or decrease expenses in their business to save them money, or reducing stress, or reducing the feeling of overwhelm that a lot of business owners have. And that should become part of your value proposition and what you do as a business to deliver the results that your business has an expertise in. So for Mitchell Consulting, we are accountants. We teach and we do accounting for small business owners. But as a result of doing that for so many years, we've learned some other things to help you in your business. The first value proposition we have is financial stability, helping you to create the financial stability of your business. And we do that by actually doing the work for you. We do the accounting work for you, but yet we teach you what you need to know so that you can make better business decisions. So that's one of our first value propositions that we offer our clients, is one, taking that day-to-day activity off of the owner of the business, because I'm assuming you didn't go to college for accounting, or you didn't work in accounting in your career, which is why sometimes the numbers can be overwhelming. So that's what we do. We take that over for you because we know you're not an accountant, but yet you need to rely on good financial data so that you can make better business decisions. So that's our first value proposition that we have. And that's what we do consistently with all clients. No matter what level you're at, we do that with all clients. Did anyone want to chime in on that?
Add that I feel like this profession, being an accountant, is maybe like the hardest one to like propose your value to potential clients, because like I don't know, if we're doing our job correctly, then like they don't hear from us, or like they should, if everything is going right, then like they shouldn't be hearing there's no red flags popping up. So like you said, it's like emphasizing what you do differently and also how that kind of fits into the bigger picture. Because when people are looking to either like get their first accountant or like switch up the services they have, um, it often might be out of a like they might be making that decision out of a place of scarcity of like, oh, I'm not profitable right now, I need to save money, and so they're looking to get a new accountant. And then I think this perception people might have is like, we'll switch and then cash flow will be up
Yes.
the following month and everything is going to be totally fine. And so it's like, making sure that people are aware of the work that you do and also how it is not, there's not necessarily an immediacy. Like, I don't really know of any professions that you can hire them and the next day they're like, I have found all of this money for you. Here you go. It's about the long con, and it's about like knowing the specifics of what they're doing and having a confidence in what you do to like convey that to folks. Um,
Yes,
and then
I
also
totally
wanted
agree.
to like harp on like the first thing that you sort of said in talking about what we do is like we have, you have 13 years of experience doing this, and there's so much value in that too. Like, not only do we have the hard definitive knowledge of accounting and finances, but also we've seen businesses do super well, we've seen businesses do not super well, and over that time. And by having a look at the specific financial data, we can see, it's very easy to be like, this business didn't do well because cash flow wasn't good. But like with
Mhm.
the types of brains that we have, we can be like, okay, well, like, why wasn't cash flow good? And we can sort of put names and words to the things that, if you're our business owner that is like struggling, you're like, something is not clicking, but what is it? But you don't have the know-how or like the skill set or vocabulary to like pick through your finances to figure out where that's coming from. And so, yeah, that's all to say is that just like that, I think that's a big, we have a lot of like specific measures that we use for value propositions, but I think that's maybe a more general one that applies to anyone is like lean into your skill set and lean into the history that you have. Because like that's something that's like, you can't recreate that. You have all of your specific experiences and like the things that you're good at and the things that you've seen that's unique to you. So, like you want to be selling that to people. That's why you
Exactly.
do what you do.
Exactly. And that is actually the value, right? Um, that is the value that you offer your specific clients. It's your experience along with your expertise and know-how to help your clients either increase their income, save them money, or save them, reduce their stress and overwhelm. And that's the value you can bring to your client in whatever specific thing is that you do. So it needs to hit one of those like components to translate the value of what you do to them. Um, and when you're not great at doing that, you tend to discount what you do, which means you're leaving money on the table. Um, which impacts your own business. You can't invest in your business the way you need to if you're not charging the right price for the right client. So you need to understand your own value and what your company brings to the table so that your pricing is more in alignment with the clients that you have in front of you or your ideal client that you want to work with. So value proposition is very important and it really does impact your cash flow. I like what Evan also said is that, um, if we're doing our jobs well, like technically you don't need to hear from us, but we do like to educate you on what is actually what we see from a financial aspect of your business. And we like to relay that information back to you because it's our job to fill in the gap of your knowledge on what you don't know. That's why I think this value proposition talk is so important because coming from an accountant's perspective, if you don't have the value proposition, um, if you don't have the words for your value proposition, then you can't price your services properly, which will impact your cash flow and ultimately your net profit. And accountants can't make that up for you. We can kind of guide you on where you should be, but you really need to identify what your own value proposition is.
Yeah.
I think that's something that really sets us apart from like what other organizations that do similar work are doing. Is like, sure, we could sit like silently and just be prepping finances each month, but like, yeah, what distinguishes us is that we're like looking a little bit deeper and we're trying to educate folks on, sure, here's a P&L, but like, what does that mean to someone that doesn't have a background in finance?
Right.
And I also like want to add that it seems like this conversation is like particularly important right now, just because it's now easier more than ever to find like contractors, or I don't know, like you can outsource so many different services and there's so many different platforms to do that in like a more like budget way, which I understand that there's different seasons of being in a business, and maybe at certain points cash flow is the primary thing that you're focused on, but there's a distinct difference between finding a contractor to do your bookkeeping and paying them very little just to prep financial statements versus paying a little extra and having someone like really looking hard and analyzing it, and then also helping you make well-informed decisions based off of that data. Like that's gonna, in the bigger picture, that's gonna set you up for success more than someone just prepping financials and you sort of, even though you have a P&L, you're kind of hoping things are going to stay going the way that they are. Whereas we can identify trends and be like, we do see it going this way, or it's not, and here's how to prevent that.
Exactly.
And
Yes.
to even add more to that is like when you have an expertise, you see things that others don't see, which is what you said. But in addition, in our field, we can keep you out of trouble. We can find things that we realize are making you out of compliance with tax laws or, other things, state taxes and federal. We can see if things are leaking or maybe somebody might be taking things. We have that expertise. And I think that's something that we have to lean on. And so as you are thinking through your value and your expertise, what pain points are you alleviating that people don't even realize? I think that's something that you have to be able to communicate and think through, like think past just the surface level of what you're an expert in, but think like in the shoes of your clients and say, what is the problem that I am solving? And how much does that mean to you? Because if we think in terms of our business, tax penalties and interest and other things that are charged when you are out of compliance with certain governance or laws is going to cost you way more than our monthly fee. So,
Yeah.
so that's a part of our value proposition is help us let us give you peace of mind. Like we're in the background. It doesn't feel like we're doing much. You may just get one deliverable per month and you don't feel it. But it's kind of our responsibility to communicate to our clients, like there's so much more to what we're doing. And just because you don't feel it doesn't mean it's not happening. And actually that's a positive thing for you, because part of our value is giving you that peace of mind. So as a business owner, take a step back and really think through those pain points and how you set yourself apart from your competition to say, this is how I address these things that you don't even know. I'm saving you and you don't even know it.
Right.
We're helping you and you don't have to think about it, how do you best put that forward?
Yes, exactly. Um, and if when we do our job right, like it alleviates that. It alleviates that uncertainty. It alleviates that, I'm waking up in the middle of the night and thinking about, oh my God, did I do X, Y, and Z? But in our value proposition, we have your back. Like Mitchell Consulting has your back. If we're handling your finances for you, we have your back. So we are always have an eye out for, those potential hurdles that you may be running into, um, as well as identifying areas of your business where we can see that you need additional help. So a lot of times what we found is that, sometimes you just don't have a plan. So we can step in and say, okay, we see that like you're maintaining, but where's the growth? Where do you see your business going in the future? And we can help you with that. And that's another part of our value proposition, is that it's not just financial, but because we see your finances, we can come in and help you plug in those holes that are leaks in your bucket, to help you increase your profit. Because my desire is for you to be able to do the things that you want to do in your life because you have a business. It can make those personal life things happen for you as the owner. So that's another one of our values that we can bring to the table. We're not just the data entry people. We're not data entry people just putting numbers into a financial statement for you. We holistically want to see you, um, as a whole person, grow as a leader and also grow in your personal life as well. So, and I think your business should help you do that. So that's just one of my personal reasons, for doing that. I know Lauren mentioned compliance. We also do, like expense management. So we're looking at your books on a monthly basis and we're trying to see trends, like what Evan said. You may not think we're doing that, but we are. We're looking at the trends over time, like what is happening. And then when something comes up where we need to bring it to your attention, we do that and help inform you to make the next best decision for your business. So that's what we bring, as far as our value proposition. And when you're developing your own value proposition, I would recommend that you try to find at least, 10 to 12 different ways that you bring value to your client. Like, because we want to know, like, as clients, your client wants to know, what is the return for me working with you? There should be improvement somewhere, improvement in income, improvement in, stress level, improvement in getting more clients or more sales. Like, there should be an improvement. So what is your value so that you can deliver that to your client and show them how you can make their life better just because they're in partnership with you. So, um, anybody want to say anything else on that topic?
I think we're, I think we said it well.
Okay. What's the
Mhm.
next slide?
Oh, the next slide is our
Oh, yes.
giveaway.
Yay. So you want to talk about the giveaway, Lauren?
Sure. So, in the same breath of this conversation we're having about proposing your value, we would love to give away our ebook that gives you 10 strategies to boost your revenue. And your value proposition is one of them. And there's a nice little page that kind of summarizes where you can start to build out your value proposition, but also several other strategies that can help you to really hone in on how to plug in the holes that Michelle was referring to before. Like, what's your pricing structure? You know, do you have your ideal client in mind? Are you even reaching out to the right people? So this ebook is invaluable and it's free from us just so that we can help you help yourselves. And you can see Mitchell Consulting as a resource to come to if you need additional help in implementing some of these strategies. It's a great book put together, and I think it's super helpful. I mean, even reading through it myself, I'm like, oh, this makes sense. It kind of clicks things together for you. So please feel free to use the QR code and get your download today.
Yes.
Does it sound like a commercial? Get yours today.
Yes, get yours today. So we are here as a resource for you. We are here to help you grow your business. And if you need help identifying what your value proposition is, reach out to us. Even though we're accountants, we know what resonates with clients because we have been on the back end of hundreds of clients over the years. So this is our gift to you for today. In this roundtable. So download it, reach out to us if you need additional assistance, and I'm pretty sure you will. And we're all here to help you grow your profitable business. Thank you for joining us today. And if this is on YouTube, right? Like, comment, and subscribe.
Ooh.
Hit that like button.